Welcome back to another VOD review where today we'll be looking at a Gold 2 KillJoy's match on Haven. This player submitted this VOD through the community Discord and got priority because of it. Join the Discord with the link in the description and also follow my Twitch where I'll be doing live VOD reviews pretty soon. Enough of that, here's the VOD review. But before I tell you what can be improved in each clip, I'm going to play with none of my own input and I want you to try to see what can be critiqued.
Spike in heaven. Spiking back up side.
We can rotate back. You might wrong. One help.
Variable removed. Last player standing. Eyes are down.
They stayed heaven?
Yep. That was a seriously fast push, Cody. I don't think anyone was actually expecting you to push that quick.
Starting on round 1, there's a lot of things wrong here. First of all, you enter the site first even though you've got a Reyna 2 feet away from you. Not only did you go onto the site first, you ran onto site with your alarm bot in hand, completely neglecting the chance of any enemies holding any angles or sitting in any corners. And possibly the worst of all, you ran onto site first, as KillJoy, utility in hand, didn't check any corners, and with the spike on your back. That's like 4 things you just don't do in Valorant. And you planted the spike facing into the box. There's no reason to do this other than to hurt your team. The round ended in a much better fashion than I expected.
They stayed heaven?
Enemy spotted. See.
He's gotta stay.
That's done. Placing swarm.
This side will be clear. No! I was wrong! They had 3 on the same side.
One enemy remaining.
Pushing into C Garage, you ran past your Reyna, who was reloading and wouldn't have been able to help you had you needed it, and you just played very aggressively. In the Discord message for his VOD submission, he said that he usually plays more passively, but these are still good pointers for my aggro players out there. After you cleared C Garage of 2 enemies, there's no reason to assume the C side is clear. You've got no info on it and the 2 enemies in Garage didn't give you any hints. The Sova was obviously the Garage player and the Sage was clearly rotating from B site. The reason you can assume she's a rotating player is because Sage usually plays B site due to her being able to wall off the one entrance to the site and the fact that she was sitting in the doorway to Garage window. You can tell she's not the C player because no person with working brain cells would willingly give up the C site to contest an area that their team will go to anyway. The Garage walkthrough to C is so much more important to contest than going through window towards CT spawn. Starting off based on these first 2 rounds, you need to slow down a little bit and play more passively. Also, once again, you ran onto a site with utility in your hand. It seems like another recurring issue even after only seeing the first 2 rounds. Next time try to assume that the site is occupied rather than empty. Better safe than sorry.
Hey, walled garage, walled garage.
There's 1 in B.
Several long.
Yeah, he won't take me.
Got him. Spiking garage.
Maybe don't commit to a mid, don't commit to a mid.
Reloading.
They've got 2 D.
Right at the beginning of the round, you should have kept holding that angle on the Cypher who just got the 1 dig down mid. You can expect that player to peek again. That player will always go for the clip and try to be the hero, especially in this rank. Only at higher ranks do players start to realize the downsides of peeking after a kill. What that does is give the enemy a chance to trade. You've just got a kill and now the enemy knows where you are, what weapon you have, and how much health you're at. In the time that you were behind cover, the enemy could have pushed up a bit, could have sat there holding the angle, or done anything else. You don't know. They're just way more prepared for that fight than you would be. It's better to just take that one-man advantage than take the risk of making it even again.
One guard.
One's got shoddy, stay away.
One behind.
I'm coming long.
Finished.
Good. Anyone else? No.
It's over CT. 1 long.
I'm watching garage.
Reyna long.
One enemy remaining.
Long.
He asked in his VOD submission on Discord, was holding that 1 and done worth it? Was he safe? What were the benefits? And what happens after he gets a kill? In short, yes, it was worth it. Your team had control of the C site that the enemy couldn't just walk up, spot you long, and shoot you in the back. Usually players aren't really expecting that type of positioning, but be careful, as you rank up, that Cypher will realize that his team is nowhere on C, so you could be anywhere that they don't have control of. Anywhere.
Anyone else? No.
I covered a similar topic in my last video, which did very well, so thank you guys. But I mentioned how instead of assuming parts of the map are clear until proven otherwise, you should think the opposite. Players that start to realize this are going to be more and more ready, as you could be sitting literally anywhere as long as it's in your team's area. Once you did indeed get the kill, you did a good job of repositioning. Never stay in the same spot after getting a kill in a one and done. Either retreat or aggro, and you did well in that aspect. On the flip side, you pulled out your knife the second that you got that kill, asking to get traded. I know it's the flank and there usually isn't going to be another one, but it's a good habit to break in case there is another. As you climb the ranks, people are going to learn how to trade, and they're going to learn how to trade properly. You're going to look at the kill feed for a 1/10 of a second and get bopped in the head. The one and done you held on the Reyna wasn't bad either, just very predictable. The one and done on the Cypher was more unique. Something you need to worry about when holding a one and done is how long it will take you to relay that information to your team. This matters especially on the flank. If you can tell your team what is happening and they have time to turn around and watch the flank in time, that was a fine spot, because ultimately your job was to watch the flank, not necessarily get kills. On the other hand, if you tell your team Reyna long, as they get tapped in the back of the head one by one, your position was too close to the action. This happens way too much, and it's an important factor to think about when choosing a spot to guard the flank from.
One enemy remaining.
She's having. She's having.
Last player standing.
43. Look left. Good job. Okay.
Not planted. Nice try.
You don't need to be that aggressive when she taps the spike. Even if she is sticking it, she has 7 whole seconds to sit there twiddling her thumbs. A lot of players don't realize how long 7 seconds really is. Actually, let's sit here in silence for 7 seconds together. Just stare at the screen, don't go anywhere. Isn't that pretty long? She tapped it and you ran there and died in less than 4 seconds. In clutches, your heart may be pounding, your palms may be sweaty, your knees weak and your arms heavy, but you need to breathe, calm down, and think things through. Yes, there are 4 people watching you, but if you lose, they won't remember in 30 seconds, and if you win, they still probably won't remember. I mean, do you remember every time someone won or lost a clutch from your last game? No, didn't think so. So stop overthinking things so much, and go win that clutch.
We need to be like, come on. Oh, there's wall.
I think so.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Nice try.
A question our KillJoy had was, what's the best way to approach a 2v4 site retake?
I think so.
Here's the bad news. You don't. Just run. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's gonna be difficult. First of all, next time you should knife the wall until it's 1 HP and then shoot it so you don't get peekabooed like you did. You need to isolate all your engagements into 1v1s, or even better, 2v1s. Use the fact that they are each watching one angle to your advantage. They each have a job to do, and you can hopefully catch one lacking. The odds aren't in your favor, so you're going to have to get lucky to win. That's the sad truth. You're just going to need to out-aim or out-brain the enemy team. But there's always ways to improve your chances. Isolate engagements, play with your teammates, communicate, use utility, and ultimately, luck. You could do everything right, have an S-tier retake, have pros drooling at your movement, your utility usage, and your teamwork, but get one-tapped. You can do everything right and get out-aimed, but you can also do everything wrong and out-aim everyone. It all depends.
Nice try.
Nice try.
One garage.
Down.
I reckon they're pushing.
Bomb grenade out. Initiated.
I know exactly where you are.
Another question our friend here had was this ult good? It wasn't. It was pretty bad actually. It's generally not good to use your KillJoy ult when around 2 or less corners from the bomb site. This is because then the enemy has the chance to come and destroy it. Not easily, but not with too much difficulty either. You also literally ran with your ult out on the site and peeked the more contested area, ult in hand. You need to be more thoughtful of your ult placements, as the 3 I can remember earlier this game have all been very spontaneous with no communication to your team.
Where do we go? Where do you want to go?
Okay.
So the long.
Spike planted.
Bot coming back.
Lurking with situational weapons like shotguns and snipers generally isn't a good idea, as the whole reason you buy those weapons is because you want to be able to choose at which range you fight the enemy. If you buy a shotgun, you're going to sit in a very tight space where you have the advantage. If you buy a sniper, you're going to peek a long, narrow part of the map where you have the advantage. The ability to choose at which range your fights happen is out the window on a flank mission. You could have a shotgun and be peeked from A long to A lobby with a vandal. You could have a sniper and get jumped by someone sitting behind a corner and have to no-scope like you're a 65-year-old Muhammad Ali. When you choose to flank with weapons like these, you're gambling pretty hard. Then again, you very much so could get the situation you want and end up giving your team the advantage. In his Discord message, our KillJoy asked whether or not he should have gone back to his team, picked up a real gun, and helped his team from there. In Valorant, there are no rights or wrongs. It's all up to you. But based on how the enemy team was playing, were they watching the flanks often, and if so, where from? It's still up to you. If you're feeling a bit cheeky, go for the flank and be ready to be disappointed. If you want the more safe play, go catch up with your team. A few general notes I put down were that you would often take out your knife when you didn't need to, and you would do the whole knife and gun switch a million times thing. You ran to sight with your abilities out a good bit, so try to have a weapon out even if you think the site is clear. Once again, thank you for all the support on my VOD reviews. I really do enjoy hearing about how much I helped you guys rank up. I tried making this video a bit longer than usual. Let me know if you liked it. Make sure to join the Discord and follow my Twitch. Both links will be in the description and the pinned comment. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything, click the like button and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video or didn't learn anything, dislike the video. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and peace.